What's going on, everybody? C4, welcome back to the channel. Today we're here for episode 3 of our 0-16 Cleveland Browns rebuild, where we started 2 episodes ago. In the season, the Cleveland Browns went 0-16, and through the power of retro modding, we are going to be going through all of the seasons up to current day, maybe even longer if that's how long it takes to eventually bring a Super Bowl to the Cleveland Browns. We had a dilemma in the last episode, and that was deciding who we were going to draft at quarterback. And we decided, after spinning a wheel, which is what we're just about to do ahead of the 2019 draft, that we should go best player available with the quarterback position, and we decided to go with the very talented Josh Allen out of Wyoming. Height, weight, speed type quarterback versus, going through things again with Baker Mayfield, giving that an opportunity. But I guess in terms of we went best player available, we made the decision to go Josh Allen over Lamar Jackson. Those are the 2 top quarterbacks from that draft class, and I do hope that Josh Allen develops into Buffalo Bills Josh Allen, because that's the type of quarterback that's going to be able to bring us a Super Bowl. But looking at the rest of our roster, especially as it goes into this draft, we need weapons. I think there's a legitimate argument to be made that we need a running back. There's a legitimate argument to be made that we need a wide receiver. There's a legitimate argument to be made that we should, start to invest a little bit in the offensive line. Joe Thomas is not getting any younger. J.C. Treader could be upgradable. Zeitler's up there in age right now. So, the offense still needs a little bit of TLC. I think the defense is looking a little bit better, but still has its own issues. Kendrick is coming off a season where he had 5 interceptions for us last year. Arguably our best ball hawk, but he did not get any dev traits or anything like that. So, in terms of ceiling, I'm a little bit worried that his ceiling is about to be kept. I think our corner room, outside of Denzel Ward, who we also were able to draft right after Josh Allen in last year's draft class, we're probably going to need to show some TLC to the corner room. But I do think this year, going into this draft, as long as we get some good roles, we're probably going to look at skill position players on the offensive side of the ball. I mentioned good role. I hope we get a good role. If you didn't watch the last episode, what I've decided to do for this series is for every one of our draft picks, we're going to spin a wheel. It's either going to allow us to go best player available, which where we can just properly invest in the position. It's either going to let us go with what the Cleveland Browns did in real life in that draft and or get an equal level player, or we can roll bust, where we got to look at the draft board and draft the biggest known bust available roughly in the same round projection that we are currently picking in. So, looking at this draft, we desperately need skill position players, and looking at the running backs, both Josh Jacobs and or Miles Sanders would probably fit the bill of a nice selection in the first round. Looking for wide receivers, we got Deebo Samuel, Hollywood Brown. If we go to the second round and there's still an A.J. Brown available, a DK Metcalf available, a Terry McLaurin available, this is a terrific year to go and grab a wide receiver, and luckily that is a weakness of our squad. Offensive line was another spot that I think that we could definitely explore. Not crazy depth, wasn't a ridiculously strong offensive line class, but there's still talent. Elton Jenkins is good, Eric McCoy is good, Chris Lindstrom is excellent. Not so much on the tackle side, but we could beef up the interior of our defense. I think you can look at competition at edge rusher for Emmanuel Ogbah, so that could come into Rashawn Gary discussion in that first round. Unlikely Nick Bosa, but if a Brian Burns is still there, or getting a freak athlete like Montez Sweat, or maybe we get into day 2 and a Max Crosby is best player available here for the Cleveland Browns, and we get a role as such on the wheel that allows us to make that selection. Corner is another position, not a strong cornerback class for sure, so it's something that we might just have to punt a little bit and go into next year with with a weaker corner room. Greedy Williams was actually the top draft pick of the Cleveland Browns this year. I actually went ahead and favored the Browns draft class. I did not have a first round pick, but we do. The Browns in real life lost their first round pick trading for Odell Beckham Jr. from the New York Giants. We didn't make that trade. So they got Greedy Williams. Honestly, looking back at this draft class, not particularly good. I don't really want to redraft any of these guys. We have the 13th pick in the first round, so let's just kind of burn through this quickly and see who goes where. Bosa off the board. Kyler Murray went first overall. Cleveland Ferrell, Quinnen Williams. Pick 5, Daniel Jones goes to the Dolphins. Ed Oliver to the Chargers. Rashawn Gary to the Bengals. Christian Wilkins to the Broncos. Pick 9, Dex Lawrence goes to Houston. Pick 10, Deebo Samuel off the board, which stings because I was really liking the opportunity to have any pick at any of the top wide receivers. Brian Burns off the board. And at pick 12, LSU linebacker Devin White goes to the Baltimore Ravens. So sitting here at pick 13, what type of pick are we going to be able to make? Let's go for the roll. We are hoping for best player available. IRL pick. wouldn't really make a whole lot of sense, but that's all right. That's our first roll IRL pick. So the first pick that the Browns made was Greedy Williams. We got to get something similar to that. Honestly, Greedy Williams does carry a second round grade projection. We'll just make this pick and be very happy. Don't look at the ratings, stuff like that. The ratings in these draft classes are literally one rating off on every single attribute. It's just annoying. We have to go and manually change it, but at least we roll a hidden dev on Greedy Williams. Next, pick 13 in the second round. Now, let's spin the wheel. Really hoping for our best pick, because if we get best pick, we are going to be able to go and grab a wide receiver. I have no idea what the wide receiver board looks like. Let's go see. Come on, AJ Brown. Come on. DK Metcalf. AJ Brown is there. DK Metcalf is there. Scary Terry is there. I think... Just a sec. DK Metcalf dad. Did DK Metcalf's dad play for the Cleveland Browns? Terrence Metcalf. He did not. I thought he did. Did he have a cousin, like an uncle that played for the Browns? So he didn't. I guess we have no ties. I think if I'm making this pick, we'll go AJ Brown. I think all said and done, between A.J. Brown's Terry McLaurin and DK Metcalf, A.J. Brown is currently the best of those bunch. Welcome to Cleveland, our new wide receiver 1. It's time for our third round pick, 13th overall, and another terrific roll, best player. We're going to look for the best player in our current round, so we're in round 3. We need to get a game changer, knowing that, okay, I'm not going to lie, Max Crosby is a strong leader. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson could make a lot of sense. He could play for us. Jamel Dean in a weak corner class. That he might have a little bit extra added value right there. Wide receivers got eaten up. Nate Davis is solid. Draymond Jones at defensive tackle. But I think knowing that we got BPA here, we need to take a little bit of advantage. And I am going to prioritize pass rush. And we are going to go out and get Max Crosby on the other side. Wow, there's no dev trait. What? Max Crosby on the other side of Myles Garrett. I thought this was going to be a lot better. Huh. All right, 4th round, pick 13. I think we only have, like, our rounds. We have one pick in each round. And now we are rolling with the actual Cleveland Browns pick in the 5th round. The 5th round pick of the Browns was Mack Wilson, linebacker out of Alabama. Welcome back to Cleveland. That was a lie. We actually have 2 6th round picks. So first up at pick 13 in the 6th round, we're grabbing a piece of trash. I'm going to draft the pick the Eagles got. Was not very good. Sharif Miller out of Penn State, absolute butt cheeks. I literally think he got cut the year he got drafted, like immediately. I actually messed it up. That was a 2nd, 5th round pick. We're back in the 6th round now, where we are going to get, oh man, the more blues, the better, a BPA select. At that time of the draft, I don't really know, like, is there a BPA? As far as, like, outfield player, I think Donovan Wilson might be our best shot. He's been solid for the Dallas Cowboys, but we don't have a punter on our roster. So you got Wisnowski here, but Jack Fox, this is a punter that's had a superstar dev in Madden. So we're going to go with the rare BPA special team selection, Jack Fox. Finishing out the draft, 7th round, we roll IRL pick. For the Cleveland Browns, I mean, we don't need a kicker right now, so we're going to grab Donnie Lewis Jr., corner from Tulane. Look at our draft class. We got duped here a little bit. I mean, first roll, we had to go with IRL pick. Greedy Williams is not brutal. 72 with a hidden dev. Luckily, and also with these draft classes, you get their face hands if they were already in the game, so that's pretty dope. Then we got BPA. We're able to get A.J. Brown, 72 overall. Like, not a bad starting point. Like, I'm not expecting these guys to be 88 X factors and stuff out the get-go. But then when we rolled BPA, we went Max Crosby. We got duped. This is like Max Crosby without knowing who Max Crosby was going to be. Every other pick was kind of, you know, retroactively, if they're a good player, they're going to give them a nice dev trait and a decent starting point. This is Max Crosby in real life when the Raiders got him out of Eastern Michigan. We are going to have to go a massive stride to get him to be the Max Crosby we currently know that's dominating for the Raiders. Mack Wilson, Sharif Miller, Fox is also not a particularly good pick. That was a BPA selection. He's only a 66. Whew. So we got duped here a little bit. Wasn't an overpowered draft class. Excited to see now that we're going to put the pressure on ourselves. Max Crosby, got to develop him here now. Got to find a way to get this guy on the field. But A.J. Brown, that's a great get. He's going to be a big-time playmaker for our offense. A.J. Brown, Josh Allen, it's a great combo. Got a little bit of surplus requirement here, so I wanted to make a deal before the season started just to shift some players off our books. And we found a trade partner, and unlikely one at that, in the Pittsburgh Steelers within our own division. But the Steelers' top need was quarterback, and they honestly have the most interest in Deshaun Kaiser. 77 start out, he's only 24 years old. There's still some upside, and they don't really have a plan in place for the successor of Ben Roethlisberger. We're also threw in 75 tackle Sean Coleman and Emmanuel Ogbah, who's about to, his contract's coming out to get paid, and I think I want to make the most out of drafting not great Max Crosby. I want to give him the opportunity. I think it'd be fun to see if we can get him to grow and develop, hit some dev traits, and become the Max Crosby that we know and love today. So sending that, a lot of talent. The Browns had James Conner on the trade block. They still have Le'Veon Bell on the squad. James Conner is a 78 star dev. And let's be honest, James Conner is stylistically, that is a Cleveland Browns running back. So I feel like someone like James Conner is going to come in, probably be our lead back, but a nice 1-2 punch with him and Duke Johnson. We're also able to grab a third-round pick for the upcoming draft. Let's look at our 2019 Cleveland Browns going into year 3 of this rebuild. Got Josh Allen at the quarterback spot. Know and love him. James Conner's a new face in our backfield. A.J. Brown is going to be our big wide receiver too. I think we're going to probably start him as our slot just because I think our slot wide receiver gets a lot of TLC in the sim. But Corey Coleman, Josh Gordon, A.J. Brown, we can make it work. Rest of the offense is exactly the same. On the defensive side, because of the Ogbah trade, we're going to gamble with Crosby, give him some meaningful snaps, and see if he can develop nicely for us. We bumped Greedy Williams up the depth chart as well. It's going to be him and Denzel Ward on the outside with Jamar Taylor in the slot. Peppers, Leonard, Schobert, Kirksey. I mean, elite linebacking core for sure. And I think, we'll show a little TLC here on the specialist. A.J. Brown in the slot, James Conner power back, Duke Johnson third down back. That's a great, I'm really happy with all of those. Shelton, Schobert, again, let's just, I guess the big question amongst all is going to be, is Matt Crosby with all of these reps and all of this attention going to pan out, or is this going to blow up in our face and he's just going to be mid and suck? We will find out in just a little bit. After starting the season 1-2, we finally get our first victory over the Cincinnati Bengals. And I'm going to be honest, I am on the fence about whether or not we got to continue the Hugh Jackson experiment. I thought it was funny to start with Hugh Jackson because he's a meme and we can make him look good. I'm going to say he's on thin ice. If we don't start producing this year, we might have to look at firing and getting a new head coach come season end. But this is awesome. Max Crosby only took 3 games. Obviously, we're giving him a massive opportunity starting as a 66 overall player. But only through 3 games has opportunity to get up to a star dev, which would definitely go a long ways in terms of his development if he can hit it here in a loss. Unfortunately, 28-21 against the Titans. But it might be, damn it, I can say that would be a silver lining, quite literally, as he would get a silver dev trait if he could have hit that. Midway point here of year 3, and yeah, Hugh Jackson's not doing a whole lot to give himself some job security here. 2-5, which is, it's not what you want to see, because it's not like our team's playing dog shit. There has been twice that Josh Allen in the sim has got offensive player of the week. He is doing his part on the offensive side. He got 5 touchdowns and a pick week 5. Baker Mayfield's doing his thing for wow, I actually didn't know that. Josh Allen to the Browns and Baker Mayfield ended up going to the Bills. Just pretty much swapping places there. Josh Allen also got offensive player of the week 1. So he's playing well. It feels like, look at that. He's 1st in touchdowns, 4th in yards. Everything else is kind of falling, and maybe it's gonna have to be Hugh Jackson that falls on this underperforming squad grenade for the DC or whatever. Because we gotta figure this out, man. We got the 3rd best offense, but the worst defense in the NFL, and we have a pretty damn good defense. We have a defense with 3 we probably have the best linebacking core in the conference. Myles Garrett's a star. Danny Shelton's a star. Jabril Peppers is a star. And, Denzel Ward has upside. This is not a defense that should be the worst defense in the NFL. So, we got some tough questions come season, and if we can't get ourselves out of this rut, win some games, and make a push late for a wild card spot. But while we are here, let's look at some contracts to negotiate. I don't know. Our salary cap's probably not the best, probably not the worst. I'm seeing some depth guys that I'm not going to have to prioritize. Someone like Kindred, if he did have 5 interceptions last year, but the fact that he did not take any form of development in terms of his dev trait has me a little bit worried. I was going to be a little bit hesitant about offering him a contract extension. We have the Superback here. That was his nickname coming out of college. Northwestern, Danny Vitale. Could sign him because, you know, Peyton Hill, but also we don't really need the power back option. He was our power back until we got James Conner. And I think all things considered, I mean, that's a reasonable contract for a team that utilizes a fullback. So, I mean, if he'll take this, no worries. Yeah, sure. Why not? $2 million for, like, one of the highest rated fullbacks. But we got Joe Schobert and Corey Coleman. And I think Corey Coleman's been solid. I think that the opportunity for him to make the most of his second chance here in this video to pan out unlike he did in real life, it's always something cool when you're doing these flashback type videos. And I mean, obviously a great starting spot, still has elite speed. We can utilize that. Him and AJ Brown are always going to complement one another. And then we got Joe Schobert, linebacker, 25 years old, 92 superstar, one of the best linebackers in the NFL. You'd be stupid to let that walk at this price point. You know, I'd be more inclined for someone like Christian Kirksey, who's up there in age a little bit, if I had to pick and choose. But definitely like Joe Schobert. He's the leader of our defense. Wears the green dot on his helmet. Calls the plays. Happy to keep him in Cleveland. Oh, shit. We got back-to-back wins. And a guy literally just called out about his dev trade. Kendrick, the safety. If he gets star dev, we're probably going to offer him a contract. We are the 3-5 on a 2-game win streak Cleveland Browns. Taking on the 5-3 division leading, or tied for the lead with the Ravens, Pittsburgh Steelers with Kendrick. An opportunity to get a dev trade. We get smoked 31-10. But Kendrick also doesn't get the dev. Oh, this is getting depressing at this point. And we're on a little bit of a run here. 7-7, which is still like, you know, a little bit of a run. Like we're acting like we're in the playoffs. We're 500, but we will take it. And we've had a couple players of the week, man. It's been 3 player of the weeks total this year for Josh Allen. Monster game week 11. 5 touchdowns over 400 yards. Week 13, Joe Schobert gets defensive player of the week. Week 15, Joe Schobert again gets defensive player of the week. I'm going to guess that this breakout ahead of our week 16 divisional matchup against the Baltimore Ravens is for Joe Schobert to go up to X Factor. It is. So that would be pretty dope to get. Control the middle of our defense. Our first X Factor on the defensive side of the ball. And remember, Myles Garrett did not get the X Factor when we started this rebuild. His rookie season, he was just a superstar. So I'm thinking, all things considered, I like putting a little bit of gameplay in. Let's hop in on the sticks here against the 8-6 and Baltimore Ravens. See if we can help this team propel to a victory and put ourselves second place in the AFC North, still with a chance at a wild card playoff berth. All right, big matchup. We're going to play the moments. Any moment it tells me they need me, we are going to go in, and we are starting here with our opening drive. Nothing. Boom, steps back. AJ Brown in traffic. Huge catch, 31 yards. James Conner doesn't help. They already have an X Factor and Michael Pierce activated. Gonna make tough day for James Conner. Look at the stats. Over 1,000 yards, 13 touchdowns this season. Oh, we got Corey Coleman. Plant your feet. Set it down. The guy with 95 speed. Outrun. Marlon Humphrey. Set us up in the red zone. And we had a perfect cut inside for a touchdown. James Conner trips over himself. Looking like prime DeMarco Murray with the Philadelphia Eagles. 2nd and goal. Trying to keep this one on the ground. Look at the bottom ticker as well. AJ Brown, almost 1,200 yards in his rookie season. Outstanding. And James Conner runs over CJ Mosley. That is how you start this game. And we're going down the field. Got a red zone opportunity. I'm going to need to throw a couple runs. Didn't quite work out. 3rd and 6. We got Duke Johnson, the receiving back here. Probably where I want to go, across the middle of the field. If he can get open, he doesn't really win, but he does late. And that is a ridiculous, not many quarterbacks can make that throw, type of throw from Josh Allen, setting us up on the 1-yard line, which is prime position for Connor Strong to punch this one in. 2nd touchdown of the day. Defense does not get a stop. Baltimore goes down and gets a touchdown. 2-minute drill. Slants, don't mind if I do. On the 13, getting a touchdown before half would be gigantic. Obviously, it would stifle any of the momentum Baltimore got on that touchdown drive. We're going to fire it in. AJ Brown breaks the first tackle. Call a timeout. It's a little late. Contested catch, and Josh Gordon comes down with the football. Marlon Humphrey needs to be a lot more physical. Josh Gordon at the top of that route. Second half, man, we might even just be able to sim this one. We are pummeling the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens are complacent. We are hungry for a playoff berth. 3rd and 1. Don't like it, don't like it. Do it yourself. Get smashed. Injuries are on. But Josh Allen, he will hold on the football, not get hurt. Sets up on the one, perfect territory for James Conner. And we just get the touchdown. They take it from me. Don't even let me do it. They know it's automatic. Baltimore gets a field goal, but things are pretty much, done and dusted here in the fourth quarter. You know what? We should be playing to the fourth down, so. We do have the breakout there for Joe Schobert. So anytime we can be out there, maybe force a turnover. Let's see what we can do. We'll user him here. Oh, picking on me, actually. All right, they go down the field, get a field goal. Somehow a one-score game. Probably not going to be too flashy here. Just need to kill it off with James Conner on the ground. Go another hard run. It's going to be manageable. 3rd and 1. Make that 3rd and 2. First down. And the Browns are getting a big-time victory. It's going to be close, but I think we have the forward progress. They call their timeout. Come on. Where's the sticks? First down, game over. And we got that momentum, man. These are playing well. Defense was horrible. We had the worst defense for the first half of the season, but they're getting a little bit of momentum. Joe Schobert, multiple time Defensive Player of the Week. I'd be interested to see if he hits his dev trait and becomes an X factor. But the offense feels good. You got run the football, 100 yards for James Conner. Throw it to A.J. Brown. Josh Allen felt smooth, calm, relaxed in the pocket. I love it. And unfortunately, in victory, which is the most important thing, Joe Schobert did not hit his dev trait scenario. Stuck on a superstar, at least for the remainder of the season. Wow, not what I wanted to see, man. After the Ravens victory, week 17 and 18, both losses. And this week 18 loss against the Rams. That was a 2-win Rams team coming to that matchup. We finished the year below 500, 8-9. It was 10 wins was the cutoff in the AFC to make the playoffs. Baltimore, after we defeated them, went on a 2-game win streak to secure the last playoff spot. Should have been us. God damn it. So, more questions than ever around Hugh Jackson. Yeah, it's all fine and dandy to have the #1 rated offense right there. But when it doesn't show up, does it really matter? Are you just padding your stats against bad teams? Our defense is terrible. Definitely could use some more ideas on the defensive side of the ball because we have a bunch of talent there that's not being utilized. Our pass rush should be a lot better than what it is. So I'd say at this point, what do you guys think about the head coaching search? Should we move on from Hugh Jackson? If we do, what coach should we bring in? Let me know in the comment section below. You could go back in history and see what new head coaches came about in that 2019 to 2020 offseason. That'd be kind of cool. I mean, off the top of my head, I don't really know. So you could surprise me. If there's someone else that you think we should give a head coaching opportunity to, let me know as well. But looking at our stats, reflecting back on the year, wasn't a bad year. Josh Allen was elite. 4,500 yards, 40 touchdowns to 9 picks. Again, when I kind of talk about if we move on from Hugh Jackson, bring in a different offense, get an offense that actually utilizes the scrambling ability of Josh Allen. 151 yards, 2 touchdowns, just not quite it. Luckily, James Conner was outstanding. What a trade to acquire him from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Just while we were here, he had 1,200 yards, 17 touchdowns. Pittsburgh got Deshaun Kaiser. So I guess you do have your, they didn't need him because Le'Veon Bell's ridiculous. But, you got your successor for Big Ben, I suppose. So maybe that'll be a trade that the Pittsburgh Steelers will find their value a little bit later on. But very happy from a Brown standpoint. James Conner is everything that we were looking for. On a receiving standpoint, S-tier rookie Caesar A.J. Brown led the team, 98 receptions, 1,300 yards, and 18 touchdowns. That is likely going to be a dev trade increase for him this offseason, bringing him up to a superstar, which is much needed. 1,100 yards, 7 touchdowns for Corey Coleman, 6-3 for Josh Gordon, 6-7 for David Njoku. On the defensive side of the ball, Joe Schobert, 127 tackles, 6 TFLs, 5 interceptions. Outstanding year from him. Over 100 for the maniac Darius Leonard. We got 11.5 sacks, Ogunjobi, 6 for Danny Shelton. But again, just, you gotta get more. Myles Garrett's a 90 overall superstar pass rusher, and he is just not thriving in this scheme. I'll tell you right now, at minimum, even if we decide to keep for the memes, Hugh Jackson, I think we need to explore some options on the defensive side of the ball. Yeah, I mean, you also can make Denzel Ward's been a little bit underwhelming. So we need to find a guy that can maximize our defensive players. Look at the yearly awards. MVP goes to Josh Allen, wins the MVP. Didn't even make the playoffs, but he was outstanding. That is ridiculous. Year 2. Hey, full credit. Baker Mayfield's right there in the MVP race with us. Number 5 for the Buffalo Bills. God damn. All right. I did not expect that. A.J. Brown, the difference maker. Offensive player of the year goes to Josh Allen. Defensive player of the year goes to Joey Bosa. Offensive rookie of the year goes to A.J. Brown. Defensive rookie of the year goes to Nick Bosa. Best quarterback, Josh Allen. James Conner coming in number 5 for best running back. Best wide receiver goes to A.J. Brown, beating up the likes of Tyreek Hill and Keenan Allen, and obviously the great Braxton Miller. D-line, I mean, we're not going to have anything. Our defense was terrible. Maybe linebacker. Maybe Joe Schobert with his 5 picks. Could have got a little bit more love there. DB, nothing. Kicker, Zane Gonzalez. Cool. Anytime you get the best kicker. But MVP Josh Allen. How about that? We got big time upgrades. We have 3 upgrades for A.J. Brown, who is now a superstar. And we got 5 upgrades for Josh Allen, who better damn well be an X Factor, which he is. Give him a better X Factor ability than that, though. Brick wall. I don't know what you give Josh Allen. I feel like he could be freight train. Could be running gun. We'll keep it on brand. We'll give him bazooka. So we'll end the video right here at the beginning of the offseason because I do want to hear what you guys think about the head coach. Depending on who we get the head coach, that could change how we want to approach free agency. Taking a look here, some of the top free agents. Got Tyreek Hill. Great year for special teamers. Looks like a pretty shit free agency class, but it is what it is. Those are the guys that are available. If you want to see a change at the head coach, give me your suggestions. Also, here's a little preview for those of you that need to remember the 2020 draft class of the dogs that are available. Definitely don't need to be looking at a quarterback, even though it's a great year for a quarterback. Don't really need, I mean, you can make the argument we need a wide receiver. Right? You know, bring in someone else. A.J. Brown. You know, Josh Gordon is kind of regressing. It's a great wide receiver. Jerry Jeudy, CeeDee Lamb, Michael Pittman. Not you. Fuck you. Justin Jefferson is dope. Brandon Ayuk. There's some nice value there for sure at that position. There's some options on the offensive line. If we want to get a little bit younger at certain positions, we could get aggressive on the defensive side and not rest on our laurels and on the development, hope, and wishes and dreams that Max Crosby's going to be our guy. Some depth there at D tackle potentially. Corner, you know, A.J. Terrell, an A.J. Terrell role, you know, rolling a BPA for A.J. Terrell or Trevon Diggs or a Jalen Johnson would be really, really, really nice. Those guys, all of them would slot in to be a big-time playmaker for us. We need a safety now. Looking at the safeties that are available, Xavier McKinney, Antoine Winfield, Jeremy Chin, yes, no problem whatsoever. Isaiah Simmons, Kyle Duggar. There are excellent, excellent players available. So if there's anyone in particular you guys want to see, let me know in the comment section below. Let me know who our head coach should be, and I will see you guys back here before too long, and we'll see just how you guys kind of decide maybe what direction we should go this offseason. I hope you guys are enjoying this series. If it's your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button, smash the like button if you enjoyed. Until next time, it's your boy C4 saying peace out. Love you. Have a good one.